Hi, this is Sherry, and I'm going to show you the filters gallery in Photoshop. I'm currently using Photoshop CS5 and I'm on a Mac. If you have a different version of Photoshop, you may have a slightly different view of how this works, and there could be some different options, but I think you'll get a good idea of how to use the filters gallery. I'm going to just use this filters drop down, and you can access all of your filters simply by hovering over the different categories here. But one of the things I like to do if I haven't quite decided on what filter I want to apply to my photo is to use the gallery. And what's nice about the gallery is that it provides a preview of your image. So you can go through and look at different filters and how they would show up with your photo before actually making a selection. So as you can see, this takes the image that you have at 100%. So I want to be able to see how the filter will look on the photo as a whole. So I'm going to select the fit to screen option so that I can see the entire photo within the preview pane. So you can see there are several different categories within this filter gallery. There's artistic, brush strokes, distort, sketch, on a page down here a little bit, stylize, and texture. So on this photo, it has defaulted to cutout, and you can see in the far right corner here, there are some different settings. So I can play around with the number of levels that are applied for this particular filter. And as I move the levels over to the left and reduce the number of levels, it minimizes the amount of definition on the photo. And I can play with some of the other settings as well until I get something that I'm happy with here. And I've actually used this particular filter when making a page, kind of trying to go with a comic book type theme. So there's lots of different fun filters in here. So I'm just going to kind of look at a couple in here, and you can kind of get an idea of how it changes the image. So here I've selected the sponge. I can again play around with the settings. I can make the sponge size smaller. I can reduce the definition, increase the smoothness, and you can get an idea of what this filter looks like on this image. I guess one other thing that's worth noting is once you're in the filters gallery, there are some of these filters that will automatically use the colors that you have from your background and foreground over here off to the left here on the options palette there. For example, if I were to look at this diffuse glow, it's going to take that white, I think this is the background or foreground, I always get those mixed up, but it's going to select this white and it will use that as the diffuse glow color. If I have this set to green, this image would show green as the glow color. So, for this particular filter, you'd probably want to make sure that you're using white most of the time. But you can kind of get an idea of some of the different things that you can do with this particular filter. So there's lots of other different options down here: texture, stained glass, and I can go on and on and on. But anyway, hopefully you learned something today, and I hope you have fun using different filters on your photos.